Hi, this is twice the size I normally work. It's about half imperial, less a border of about an inch or so. I've got a mount cut for it. It's the size I normally demonstrate with. Now what to do? I'm going to use 4 colours. I've got my big tray here, straight out of the tube this time. Ultramarine, alizarin crimson, some raw sienna and some lemon yellow. The other paints are dry, but this is just an experiment. We'll see how we go. I've got some cakes here, I don't know what one to use. I'll use that one. So I'll wet the paper all over. We'll do a bit of a Lakeland scene. So I'll just wet it all so that it expands evenly. This paper I've not found really suitable for painting dry. Rather than dry paper, it's a great paper for wetting wet. But I don't usually work this size, mostly 15 by 11, which is very manageable. But I'm sort of working on trying to create mood, atmosphere, rather than just pretty pictures. And some of the best are the best paints are the freely painted ones. Right, okay, so I'm going to give the background a bit of colour, a bit of raw sienna. And then you come down to the horizon, I can mix in a bit of alizarin with that. And what I'll do up the top, I'll put in down here where the water's going. I should have sorted this out before. It's still damp from yesterday. I've got lots of pieces of cloth. You need a lot of cloth when you're doing this. So let's mix a bit of lemon yellow down there as well. Why not? Just a little bit. But the great thing about painting from tube paint is that you've got wet paint when you want to. You don't have to scrub away. The downside, of course, is when it's dry, you either scrape it off or you carry on in the normal fashion with my smaller tray and just soften the paint as you go. It doesn't matter, whatever's comfortable, but I like demonstrating the wetting wet with using a dry paint box or palette with the paints on. It's hard to stretch all the way along here. Right, okay, so let's put in a bit. Oh, excuse me. Right, burnt on. Oh dear. Right, I want quite a dark sky colour cloud. So now with the ultramarine and the alizarin and a bit of lemon yellow, we can get us quite a good dark. And I want to keep some light going through the middle of this. So that will be, like the side here will be where our dark bit will be. But I want more dark, so just a bit of the ultramarine, sort of a greeny, reddy colour, but mostly on the blue side, because I want a nice bit of cloud there. Okay, so that'll do. Now, I want to put in some distant hills or mountains. So I'll use the ultramarine and a bit of alizarin, just a touch. You can clean the middle of your palette up as you go, but we just want to put some faint sort of hills. Right, okay, so we're one side dominant, so we're going to go for nice dark sky colours here. I will warm up as we come along, come down. Some nice deep painting in here. A bit of yellow in there. As we come to the horizon. So the dark, I can only mix the darks now from those primary colours. Right, we're not going uphill, so we can get some more nice yellow, sienna, bit of crimson in there as well. Colourful, but just using the 4 colours. A nice line there. Right, and we can come across with a warmer. So that's drying there. Some dark in there. Want some hard colour there. If you think that when you're doing this is that you're trying to create variety, not monotony. Okay, this warm, nice warm colours here coming into this spit of land sticking out there. And now we've got our base. Now we want to put in some dark along that horizon on the right. So the trees, but on the blue side, but we want it thick, otherwise it won't stick, and that rhymed. So. And we've done this loads of times, this sort of one, but we've used mostly 2 or 3 colours for it, but hey, we're experimenting here. We're experimenting with colour. Now some bluer tints as we go into the distance here. I've got to go darker in front of that somehow. Right, okay, that seems to be coming down all right. Let's get that down there. A lot of water there. Right, we can just put in a bit of reflection there. Leave a bit of a margin. Then clean the brush, and then you can, or I can put in some of those other colours. Just put this background here. What's above, put below. Yellow. And a nice purpley colour to finish with over there. Okay, we could put in some greeny blue coming up here. other planes. When we're talking about planes, they found out more about the suicidal crashed plane in the Alps. So if you haven't heard the news, the pilot got shut out of the cockpit by the... That's what I like that. By the co-pilot. Okay, just showing some fields. That's lost there, that's too soft, that we want harder colours there to get that contrast. Light against dark. Alright, just touching the bank there. Okay, that's enough for that side. Now let's go and do some nice pretty stuff on the other side. Try and make it all different to avoid monotony. There's plenty of colour in these trees here. It's almost painting with gouache. Right, let's just get that dark. I think I might have been happier using the light red instead of the ultra, instead of the alizarin. Let's get that separate from the bank at the back. Okay. Now we'll put in some reflections here. Just getting those colours in. So I'm really working thick here. I know you can't see this, but I'm just using tube paint. Get that green there. There are colours behind, so there's a softer green. Put a alizarin in there. Now we've got the purpley colours. Put a beach in. I want that faint blue of the background. Fantasy, isn't it? Okay, that is sort of enough. Right, okay. We'll flick out some. Well, we could lift out with our plastic card, couldn't we? With some bits and pieces. Let's just pull this tight. Oh. I can't put any tighter than that. Bit of a buckle there, so we're going to have to leave that. There'll be no dry buckling on this one. Rocky shoreline here. I don't know if that will show. I mean, it shows here, but it's really showing on the camera, I don't know. I'll just put in some, just a few little bits and pieces. Okay, that'll do. Don't have that anything more of that there now. Right, put in a bit of a beach now. So, sienna. Now use various colours on your brush to get some nice, interesting colours in the foreground, nice and warm, rich. Well, it's very wasteful of the paint, but oh, we worried. Get some nice dark there. I'll use the rigger in a minute. Just coming in from the other side. Okay, so now we've got a nice lot of colour, rich colour. Now the blue, I know it's a cold colour, but when it's in the foreground, it makes this wonderful, rich, dark. Right, okay, so let's just etch a little bit in there, a couple of little rocks and things. Being dark, it will show a little bit. That'll do, same here. Rigger. I don't think it is a rigger actually. It's a number 2, I think. It's not a. Here, this is fun, isn't it? So let's get some nice rich colour. We're trying to paint atmosphere, we're not trying to copy anything. Making this up as we go along. Remember, this is watercolour, it does wonderful things when it's wet. Oh, just a bit of texture in there. Oh, I think much more than that, that's going to spoil it. I quite like that. Let's flick up. So we've got some grasses sticking up here. Just repeat them. Right, okay. I'm not going to do anything more to that except put a couple of birds in. But even these might spoil that lovely sky. Right, let's assign it. Usher. Right, now we've got to put that in the mount and have a look at it. I'll put that there. Turn these off. As I say, it didn't take any longer to paint a big one, it's a little one. Right, let's come down a bit with that. I need to drop it down a little bit. No, take this up a little bit. Alright, so have a look. Oh, there we are. Shows a bit, but you can, when it's dry, you can take out the pencil. It's not quite dry, but it would come out. Right, let's just reclip along this edge here because the paper's not quite flat there. Well, there we are. We've got a Lakeland scene, a fantasy, an absolute fantasy. But I'm quite happy with it. I hope you enjoyed it. It was good fun. Let's zoom in a bit and have a look around the various aspects of this. Right, let's go down to the bottom first. We're coming across from the right hand side. See, very simple, but lots of colour. Now we're only using 4 colours. I'll just bring my camera around. We're only using 4 colours, but by not mixing them all together, but leaving 3 or 4 colours in different bits of the brush, you get that randomness, that spontaneity. Look at the colour, it's almost autumn. Nice warm. Come across, look at that distance with a bit of mist in the bottom of it, and come across the background to the other side. I don't know why that is like that. Anyway, it's as big as I ever want to paint. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.